So today's theme for Monday, what is it? It's fear as a motivator. As I go around in the corporate world, as I am an entrepreneur, as I speak to people around us, oftentimes I hear this a lot. Fear is a great motivator. Fear is good. It's good to have fear because fear motivates you to do certain things. And that's all true and good. Yes, to some extent, fear is a good motivator and it helps us not go into the dark lanes that we could have if fear was not present. I think fear as a motivator works for sure. It works. I mean, that's why we use it. But I think we overuse it a lot. I think we always find a way to try and motivate people in general with fear. If you do this, then you won't get this. Or if you do this, if you don't do this, then this bad thing will happen. You see, essentially as human beings, and I'm borrowing this from Sir Dennis Waitley, who's an Olympic coach and an excellent personal development coach. He talks about there's two kinds of motivators. One is rewards and the other is penalties. So the motivator that is penalties stems in fear. There's a lot of inhibition there. So we want to run away from pain, and that's why we do something. That is fear acting as a motivator. When you want to run away from pain, you want to do something. That's fear acting as a motivator. But there is a whole another kind of motivator, which we all know about. That is desires or rewards. And that is a motivator, I think, way underutilized, especially in the business world, in common everyday interactions. We are starting to learn the art and science of using rewards as a motivator now more. But that motivator, the beauty of rewards as a motivator is that it somewhere comes from within. So if for yourself, if you are driven by fear, but you have now a desire that pulls you, the desire comes from within, but the fear comes from outside. We are not programmed with fear. Fear is taught to us. The fear comes from outside, but the desire comes from within. And that's why the motivator which comes from within can be much more efficient in the long run to achieve big goals. So fear works in the short run, but in the long run, fear as a motivator always runs out. We all know when you're a kid, your parents can control you with fear, but once you grow up, they cannot any longer control you with fear or motivate you to do certain things using fear, because it doesn't work in the long run. In the long run, desire or rewards is what motivates you, and especially if that desire or reward comes from within you. We see anytime anybody has achieved something extraordinary, for extraordinary achievements, desire or rewards is the motivator, not necessarily fear. People don't necessarily achieve extraordinary things when they use fear as a motivator. Fear as a motivator works for small things and medium level things. But for example, Elon Musk, he risks all his money and all his fortune in new businesses, in sending a rocket to Mars. He is not motivated by fear. He's motivated by desire, because if he was motivated by fear, he would try to be comfortable and stay where he was with all that he had, right? But he just goes in and risks it all again. Why? Because he's propelled. There is this inner propulsion, and that motivator is the desire to do something bigger, the reward of doing something bigger, not the opposite, not using fear as a motivator.
Sheeboly, good morning.
Good morning, Naren. How are you? Thank you for inviting
I'm doing
me.
so well. I'm so happy to have you on board because I know you're a passionate storyteller and you're really into the works of Sir Rabindranath Tagore. Tell us a little bit about him and why do you think he is apt for today's topic, fear as a motivator. Why was he a fearless man? How do you think of him and fear when you think together?
Yes. So first of all, let me say that he's a bard. So when anyone asks me to tell something about that person, I feel like from where will I start and to where will I end? Because he's like an ocean, he's an institution. And I just cannot measure him by words. I just tend to get lost in that, in his ocean of creation. So first of all, I would like to say, because I am his admirer, I am his disciple. Rather than saying the word fan, I am his admirer, I am his disciple. He's like a god to us, And Rabindranath Tagore has, his songs. I am into Rabindranath Sangeet, and his songs tell you about peace, about overcoming fear, about when you are in pain, you take solace in his songs. But unfortunately, today's generation, like my friends, my classmates, they think that Rabindranath Tagore is archaic. But he is so contemporary. He is contemporary in this 21st generation also, because if today's generation do not read his thoughts, or his songs are also have a lot of philosophy in it. He writes his songs and there is a lot of philosophy in it.
I read some of his stories and it just blew my mind. There was so much depth in it. In simple lines, so much depth. Yeah.
Yes, right, absolutely right. And to begin with, because today's topic is fear as a motivator, I'll like to recite one of his very famous poem, you know that, where the mind is without fear. Okay,
Yes,
so let me
that'd
start
be
by
awesome.
reading it. And
That'd be
a
awesome.
bright Sunday morning with Tagore's thoughts. Okay, so let me start. So shall I start?
Yes, please. Yes, please,
Yeah.
Sheeboly. Please start.
Where the mind is without fear, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habits, where the mind is led forward by thee, into ever widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. So, in this poem, it is written in a very lucid manner. If you see Rabindranath Tagore's writings, it's full of ornamentation. He has used the language in a very ornamented way. But this poem is very simple. And coming to this today's topic, fear is motivator. He has always told us to overcome fear. He has told us to not be compartmentalized. He has told us to be rational, reason everything in a rational way, and to come out of all biases, prejudices, and all sorts of things that shackles us. Right. I would like to quote him again. He, in Bengali, there's he wrote that ঝড়কে আমি করব মিতে ডরবো না তার ভ্রুকুটিতে. In English, which means I will befriend storms. I will not get, I'll be fearless to face the storm. I'll face it. I'll face the obstacles. And I'm ready to face the consequences. Come what may, I'll befriend storms. So, life is not only about, it's not made of roses. There will be ups and downs, there will be crests and crevices, but these huge personalities, figures like Tagore, inspire us how to overcome our fear. Fear, we human have the tendency that what has happened earlier, we tend to think about that.
Correct. We just project the past and the future. Yeah.
Yes, we just oscillate from the past. What has happened? Oh my God! It was that thing happened. That thing shattered my life. Now what will I do? Okay, what will happen if I do this? What will happen? Yes. We should use our fear as a tool. Fear is there to alert us. It shouldn't chain us. It shouldn't chain us.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful.
Yes, so
It's there to alert us. It shouldn't chain us.
Yes, and we need to work on our present. Um, if you have any fear from past, if any fear emanates from past failure, then we should think that it shouldn't, negatively impact our present. We should work hard to positively influence our present. We are living in the present. We are always thinking about the future or about the past. We should learn, and we should make mistakes. We might make
Correct.
mistakes earlier, and because
Correct.
we made mistakes, we have that what shall I say, we have the propensity, oh my god, no, shall I do this?
Correct.
What will,
Sheeboly, that's awesome.
not
I appreciate you sharing so many insights, especially like from like I love how you drew all these life lessons from Rabindranath Tagore, who's really an institution in himself. Thank you so much for all that. I know you have a song prepared for us because you say you are his admirer and disciple.
Yes, sure, sure.
Awesome,
So,
awesome.
so Rabindranath Tagore. This is morning, and Tagore wrote a beautiful song and composed a beautiful song. Thinking about the beautiful mornings. So I would like to sing a song about mornings, because Tagore
Sure.
songs is all about seasons, moods,
I
timings.
love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Let's go.
Okay, and thank you for this opportunity. I'm really glad to sing a song.
I'm very happy you're with us. Yes.
ধ্বনিল ভানু মধুর গম্ভীর প্রভাত পর মাঝে দিকে দিগন্তরে ভুবন মন্দিরে শান্তি সঙ্গীত বাজে ধ্বনিল রে হ্যারো গো অন্তরে অরূপ সুন্দরে নিখিল সংসারে পরম বন্ধুরে হ্যারো গো অন্তরে অরূপ সুন্দরে নিখিল সংসারে পরম বন্ধুরে এসো আনন্দিত মিলন অঙ্গন শোভন মঙ্গল সাজে ধ্বনিল রে ধ্বনিল আহ্বান মধুর গম্ভীর প্রভাত অম্বর মাঝে দিকে দিগন্তরে ভুবন মন্দিরে শান্তি সঙ্গীত বাজে ধ্বনিল রে So I just sang 4 lines.
Wow. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. I feel like Rabindra Sangeet requires so much of emotion and immortalization of songs. You know, it's not an easy song or a simple song to sing. So thank you so much for doing that. Sheeboly, could you explain to the viewers who do not understand Bengali a little bit about the song? Yeah, people who don't understand
It's
Bengali.
all about the beauty of mornings. It's all about the beauty of mornings. When you get up in the morning, you are filled with positive vibe. And when you are encompassed with a positive vibe, your morning starts in a very, in a very happy mood, in a very happy tone.
Mood.
Yeah, and it's all about, finding peace, solace in the beautiful mornings. Yeah,
I love
this is all about it.
Sheeboly, thanks so much for being on the show. You were awesome. Thanks so much for showing us how we can learn from Rabindranath Tagore, somebody who you admire so much. and see how fear actually works to a certain level, but not beyond that. And fear as a motivator is one
And we
thing,
should
but then
face
we
our
can go to
fear.
another level. We can go to another level when we
Yeah.
overcome the
Yeah,
fear and
right.
use desire or a reward as a motivator.
Guys, that was beautiful. And remember what Sheeboly said in the end. A morning when you wake up, it's beautiful. Morning when you wake up is beautiful. That's the song she sung about. And hence, regardless if it's the starting day of the work week, Monday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, our mornings should be the same every day. There should be no pressure on our mind. Oh, this is a Monday, it's a different day, and we got to start work, etc., etc. Because every morning is a fresh opportunity, guys, and let's make it happen. Much love, folks. Monday morning message. Let's overcome the fear. Fear as a motivator works, but only to a certain level. In the long run, to achieve big goals, it's only the desire, the inner propulsion that takes us forward. I will see you guys soon. Next Monday, same time, same location. Cheers.